Welcome, welcome, my peeps, my peoples. What's going on? What's popping? What's cracking, lacking? What's happening? What's good with y'all? Please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. It's Mary Jane. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We in the building, baby. We in the building. Yes, we are in the building. We got to talk about this craziness with, Cardi B, Wendy Williams. What's going on with Wendy Williams? Like, damn, I knew the shit was going to get bad before it got worse. And she was rushed to the hospital because she was in a drunken stupor because, allegedly Calvin Hunter basically had a baby. It's just like, damn. Poor Wendy. Like, Wendy's going through it. She's feeling it. Like, she done dished her sober coach. She done dissed, the sober house. And she was out there. She got her some liquor, some alcohol. And basically, she went to the hospital. I'm just like, damn. What's really going on? What is happening? Like, this is really, really crazy. For real, for real. Like, it is no joke with Wendy Williams. It's like, she's going through turmoil. Everywhere you turn, Fox News, CBS, and MSNBC, everybody is just talking about Wendy Williams, and like, I don't know if this is going to help her or not help her. We're basically trying to get a divorce from, Calvin Hunter, trying to get away from him. But like, this is crazy. Like, this is really some crazy shit that is really going on with her. So I'm just like, whoa, like, this is real crazy. And then Jessie Smollett, everybody's just shocked that he got away with everything, that he ain't in jail, he ain't locked up, he done walked away scot-free, but basically he had to do some community service, and he had to pay $10,000. They kept his bond or whatever, so it is what it is. I'm just like, damn, this situation is just like crazy. It is just so crazy. But we have a fellow YouTuber. His name is Chef Disaster. He's a fellow YouTuber. He's a content creator. And he just recently lost his sister. So the link that you see that's in front of you, that's in lime green, basically it's, his sister's, GoFundMe page where you can donate to a fellow content creator and help them and support them in their time of need and their time of mourning. So if you guys can check out the link is also in the description box below. You can just click on it and you can go to it, and it'll be really greatly appreciated. When some of us are going through some things, sometimes we need some help, and just knowing that people care and actually caring and want to help others get through dark times, because sometimes we all go through dark times. So basically, we're just showing support, that we can help each other, that we can rally around each other and help each other get through hard times. So if you guys don't mind, you can go to the link that's in the description box below, or you can write down the link that you see on the screen and check it out and see and do what your heart tells you to do, or for you to desire to do. It would be really greatly appreciated, because sometimes we gotta help each other out, especially when we're in, we're content creators. We help each other out. That's what we do. We support each other. We rally around each other. We try to help each other get to where we need to get to, because it's a cold, hard world out there, and it ain't easy. So if you guys can check out the GoFundMe, it would be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. And you guys can actually check out Chef Disaster right here. That's his name, and that's the name of his YouTube page. You can go type in it into YouTube and check him out, and here's the GoFundMe right under it. So you guys do what your heart tells you to do. It would be greatly appreciated, because this is really unexpected loss. It wasn't like, his family member, which is his sister, she wasn't sick. There was no signs. It's just something just happened sporadically, and she went to go see our Lord Savior Jesus Christ. So if you guys feel it in your heart to donate, please do. It'll really be greatly appreciated. So let's move on to the topic. The topic is crazy, because we're talking about Wendy Williams again. Like, Wendy Williams is just out here. Like, she is out here just running these streets by herself aimlessly, basically trying to get a drink, trying to drink away the pain, sniff away the pain, swallow away the pain. For basically, she's trying to get out of this pain because she's feeling hurt. She's feeling abused. She's feeling taken advantage of because her husband of over a decade has been out here cheating on her, and he just had a baby with the woman that he's been cheating on her with, which is Serena Hudson. Like, OMG, like, this is so crazy. And then, Monday, Wendy Williams didn't know what to do. She ended up getting drunk, and basically the story exploded Sunday on the internet, on the YouTube streets. Tasha K, said, yo, Calvin Hunter's out there in Philly. And then boom, Monday came. Wendy Williams heard the news, and she just went off from the studio, got drunk, got messed up. They had to help her out because she was also suffering too as well. She was also dehydrated. They had to give her, they had to start an IV, give her some vitamins and all types of stuff to pump the alcohol out of her system because she was that drunk and that sick. That's what the reports say, and we're going to get into the reports and what it says. I'm just like, damn, like, Wendy, what's going on? Then you got Fox News trying to embarrass Wendy Williams out here talking about drunken Wendy Williams rushed to the hospital after husband alleged mistress has a baby. This is Fox News. Fox News is reporting on Wendy. This is how we doing it. And then look how they titled it. Like, come on. Like, come on. The other place that are drunk and stupor, I'm like, yo, this is the derogatory terms that they're using. Wendy Williams is actually going through a midlife crisis. Like, she's going through some things, and I hope she gets through. And this is one of the things that I've been talking about, that I hope, it doesn't get so bad where she signs over all her rights to Kevin Hunter and he takes everything, because I think she needs to get a power of attorney to help her through this dark, difficult time, because she's trying her best. And then on top of that, Wendy Williams is a G. After she left the hospital, she went to work, and she went to work at the studio. But reports are saying that she's going to be taking a leave of absence again from the studio, because basically she got to get it together. He is messing up the bag. He's messing up the money. He's hurting Wendy at the same time, where this is where she wanted to be on TV every single day, 7 days. Monday through Friday, she wanted to be on TV or whatever, and she finally got the nice gig that she has where she can take summers, winter vacation, and things like that, and her husband's just messing it up for her, embarrassing her, shaming her, the whole nine. He's doing everything, and then he done had another baby on her. She's older. She doesn't feel like she can start over again. She doesn't feel like she has it in her, and everyone is saying that Wendy Williams trusts Calvin Hunter so much. She trusts him with all her heart, and she don't want to let go, and she believes in him, and basically he controls the books, he controls everything, he controls the finance, even though she's out here working and putting the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears in the situation, and he's just making sure the contract's okay, or he's just standing there like her muscle. But the shit is crazy. Now she's out here, man, it's just messed up for her to be at her age, at the age of 54, going through a public embarrassment like this, for her husband to be in his 40s to do this to her is just crazy. And then the other woman's out there, she's in it to win it. She's in it for keeps. Once Kevin Hunter get that divorce, they're gonna have to split it down the middle. And I don't know if Calvin's gonna get divorced. They're saying that he don't want to divorce Wendy Williams because he loves her and he still needs that money. He wants that money. But if he loves her, why is he hurting her so bad? Why he didn't tell her that there was a baby on the way? Or maybe she knew there was a baby on the way, and she's out here getting drunk, basically, so people can understand what she's going through. Like, damn, could you imagine that shit? She's suffering. Like, every time there's a story come out, she hope it's not about her. She hope it's not about her husband. And also her viewers, really are not standing by her. They're really disappointed in the situation. Like, they really are disappointed with, her not speaking her truth, her not telling people and shit like that. They really feel a certain type of way about the situation, and they want to stand behind her, but they want Wendy Williams to be honest. So I don't, she don't want to tell people her business, but it's out there, and the story keeps getting bigger and bigger. A baby now. We got first, it was just Calvin Hunter had a house, for his, mistress. He got her businesses and jobs. He's driving her around. He's going on vacation with her. Now they got a baby. I'm just like, yo, what is really going on? Then this is Kevin Hunter walking her into rehab or whatever, to the sober house, and basically he's all happy and shit like that. But right after this, he jumps in the car with, his mistress, Serena Hudson, and basically they drive off and they do what they need to do. I'm just like, word? That's how we do it? Wendy is going through it. He's out here doing everything possible he can. And then this is Wendy when she was younger, and this is when she had her first divorce. So now Wendy's Williams' ex-husband, Brett, is coming out, Brett, something like that. He's coming out and he's talking about Wendy Williams. He's talking about that she's crazy, she's unstable, and he believed that she's been using drugs and doing drugs for the whole time, and they was married, and he had to call it quits. He had to get a divorce from her because she was acting all janky when they was supposed to get married. They was in the limo together. She invited reporters and cameras, and he felt like he was just a stool pigeon, like it was just for show. And then when they went on that honeymoon, she wanted to spend time alone. She wanted to bounce. He said that Wendy Williams told him that she was doing drugs, but she never did the drugs in front of him. So they done found him. Now he's out here telling all types of stories. I'm like, are they gonna try to say that, you know, she's not competent to over her stuff? She's not competent or anything like that when it comes down to the divorce, if she actually get one, or if she doesn't get the divorce, does this give Kevin more power to move in and try to control everything and be her power attorney, because he is her better half, he's her husband, you know? But is he gonna start speaking for her like that, or is he already her power of attorney? Because it seems like Wendy Williams went head in with Kevin Hunter, and it wasn't and he didn't feel the same way, because he's been with this mistress Serena for almost a decade. Like, damn. But he was also alleging that she was out here, you know, Wendy's Williams' ex-husband Brett was out here kind of like saying that she was kind of like cheating, or she was out there, and he was also saying she went through a midlife crisis, that she started to drink alcohol, she started to change her look, you know, excuse me, she has the ponytails, she has all this stuff going on in her hair and all this other, you know, the big ponytails in her hair. That was like, you know, she went to a whole, you know, rediscovery of herself. And the husband was like, the relationship was just bizarre, it was crazy, and he had to get out. And they was together from 1994, and they split. They was together from 1992, and they split in 1995. Basically, the relationship was not working at all. And he gives his statement to the press. I was like, he's out here, they dug him up, so he's out here saying that she's erratic, that, you know, she's crazy, she's bizarre. So it seems like they're trying to paint this picture of her. And then on top of that, she was in front, you know, she's walking the street aimlessly, you know, drinking and shit. Now, is Kevin Hunter or Calvin Hunter trying to get power attorney? Or are they trying to, you know, saying that it was a bad relationship? The reason why Calvin Hunter was cheating on Wendy is because of her drug addiction, her alcoholism, and saying that she never quit, she kept doing it forever and ever from 1994, 1992 to now. That means like there's a lot of damage going on. So are they trying to say that about your girl? Like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, this is really some crazy shit. Like, for real, for real. Is he trying to steal her money? Is he trying to say that she's mentally unable to take care of herself, and he takes control of everything, and then he swipes it while she's in a stupor, and he brings it all home to his new mistress that, you know, he's probably going to be with, because she done just had his baby. She's in it to win it, and she ain't playing. And there also reports that Wendy Williams has took off into her ring. She took her ring off twice, but when she gets on air, she puts it back on because she's putting the front on. And this is allegedly the husband, the ex-husband, Wendy's Williams' first husband. This is him basically giving his story. Allegedly, this is him. I don't know for sure if this is him, but this is what I found out, and this is the image that I was given. So they're saying that this is him. I don't know, but he's saying that she was crazy, she was bizarre, she was acting up, you know, she didn't want to spend time with him on that honeymoon, that she wanted to leave the room, and she always wanted to spend time with herself and leave and just bounce and leave him in the house. And he didn't know what was going on, and he was just like, everything was just crazy. Like, you couldn't have a conversation with her, you couldn't talk. Is he going to testify for Calvin Hunter if they do get a divorce? Like, what's going on? Like, they're really saying all this shit about Wendy Williams. They're like, her legacy is really being messed up, but I think she can come back from this if she actually becomes clean and sober, and if she's able to function clean and sober and able to love herself and rediscover herself. Maybe she needs to go to another crisis, you know, change her look or something else or something. But I don't know how she's going to get through this, but she can get through this, because many people had, and if she's been married once before and she didn't like the relationship and she got out, she can get out the second relationship. But it says that he asked for the divorce. And so basically, you know, they're just talking, he's just basically just talking bad about her, saying that, you know, something's wrong with her. Something's definitely wrong with her. So I don't know what they're gonna do with this information, but it seems like this shit is crazy. Like, yo, like, what's good, Wendy? Like, you know, you gotta get it together. A lot of people are watching you, but you gotta get it together for yourself, because you can't let somebody destroy everything that you work for and build for, and how you hustle for, and what you dream, you know, to be taken away. Whether you are perfect or imperfect, Wendy, but don't let this man do you like this. He's dragging you with this woman, his mistress, and the public, buying her houses and everything. Then he done had a baby with her, knowing that you can't give birth again. So what if you gave birth to a baby? How would Calvin Hunter feel? He wouldn't like that type of shit, but he's doing it to you and expect for you to take it. It's one thing to cheat, but it's the next thing to have a baby. So, and it could be that Wendy Williams is playing this up, this drunken stupor, being caught drunk, that she's really suffering emotional issues, emotional distress from, you know, being married to Calvin Hunter, and he's also her manager too as well. So she can really clean out this divorce and not give him nothing. Then also get the baby tested to find out if this is actually his child with infidelity, and basically a clean cut. Get somebody new and start over, because there's always somebody out there that loves you. Just like you found him, Wendy, you can find somebody else. The old saying, to get over somebody is to get under somebody. And this is, you know, Kevin Hunter, you know, on vacation out here doing his thing. I'm just like, whoa, what's really going on? But this picture is old. She done already gave birth. She's chilling in her midtown, you know, what is it, loft or condo or house, midtown Manhattan, off of Wendy Williams money. What kind of shit is that? If anything, you need to get your shit together so you can stop this fugaziness. She's out here taking money from him. He's giving her money to start like 3 or 4 different businesses so she could be all set. He's setting her up. He's worried about her life. Not even you, Wendy. You out here walking the street aimlessly, you know, without your, you know, sober coach, and anything could have happened to you. Like, and he's out here, you know, making sure his baby's all right. And this is Wendy Williams before all the, you know, plastic surgery. Wendy Williams was gorgeous. I think she's still gorgeous now. But this is when the husband said that she changed her look and she had like these big old braids in her hair, whatever. But this was the style. I love the Sherilyn coat that she got on. That Sherilyn is popping, baby. That Sherilyn is definitely popping. It's definitely hitting the picture. I'm just like, yay, baby. And so this is Wendy Williams walking with her sober coach. Her sober coach look like he can date her. You know, he's sober too. He can make sure she's sober too. And, you know, he's not a bad looking guy, so they can get it together. So he's walking her out of the, you know, building, the sober house building or whatever. And basically she has a sober coach. And I didn't, this is crazy because this was on Shameless this season. So hopefully Wendy Williams come up out of this stupor and everything like this, because this is really a bad situation, a sad situation for her to go through this and be public humiliated. She had, you know, Howard Stern come at her. She had, you know, Roseanne and all the blogs, people talking about her fans, the people that come and buy her product and come to her show and that view her show every day are like, they feel bamboozled. They feel like Wendy's not being real with them because they're saying that she got Graves' disease, but yet it's really the drug disease. And then on top of that, her being caught out here drinking, and then Calvin Hunter with his mistress Serena Hudson out here just gave birth on Sunday/Monday to a baby. You know what I'm saying? To Kevin Hunter's child. Wendy Williams is a stepmother, and she's not addressing that. And they look for her for the truth and the honesty, and they follow her because they think that she's real and she got power, and she does got power, but she just got caught up for a few years with a dude, and basically she depended on the drugs and alcohol her whole life to help her get through, and it ain't working. So it's time to start something new, my girl. Wendy Williams, time for you to start something new, baby. For real. It is what it is. It's going down like that. So let's move on to, you know, Cardi B, the situation with Cardi B. Everybody, I did a video about this too as well. The video, her actually saying that she robbed men, you know, she drugged men, she robbed them, eluding them for sex or whatever. It's, you know, an old Instagram video that, you know, somebody found it, which was Tasha K. She found the information, and basically she's going, allegedly Tasha K did, but people are saying that, you know, since Cardi B is beefing with a blogger, which the blogger is Unwind with Tasha K, basically they're saying that, you know, Tasha K started this, you know, found the video and this information. They're alleging that she did this. They're alleging that, you know, Tasha K people had something to do with this and actually making it blow up to be called canceled, you know, surviving, you know, Cardi B, surviving her, because basically but they just found it. It's not like they made it up. It's true. She said the shit. She said she did it or whatever. So what do you guys think about that situation? It's wrong. It's a crime. And if you say, oh, the guys don't matter because they were picking up, you know, they was trying to buy sex, and that's the same thing that people say when prostitutes get raped or they get murdered. Oh, let's not worry about them because they're streetwalkers or they're prostitute. Who cares? A prostitute getting raped? What a joke. And you know what I mean? So if you look at it like that, if you see her that, oh, it's just innocent, it's nothing, then it's just like, damn, you know, people don't matter even though they're committing a crime, you know, buying pussy, selling pussy, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with that situation. I'm just like, damn. And the story even made it to, you know, Everyday Struggle with DJ Academics. He was basically not here for, you know, Cardi B. He thinks that she should face some consequences or something should happen. Like, it's a double standard because if a man said this or whatever, you know, actually got on live on Instagram and said he done this, it would have been if he would lose contracts, he would lose deals, he would lose all types of stuff. And then you had Wayno and you had the other girl, I always forget her name, saying that, you know, they believe that, you know, she deserves a second chance, blase and a third. So I don't know if there's actually going to be any victims in store or males that actually been, you know, drugged and robbed by Cardi B actually going to come out. People are saying that they're already here, they're already present, they're getting just ready to do their interviews with people to let them know what's going on. And basically they got an IG Instagram post where she's admitting to it. So it could be anybody come up, anybody can prove that he did this, that time. I don't know, but it just seems like it's fugazi, it's crazy. And Cardi B was like, you know, because Cardi B is actually suing a blogger named, you know, Tasha K, or Unwind with Tasha K, but Tasha K said she hasn't been served with papers, so it ain't real until a judge accepts it. And, you know, she gets served these papers because, you know, allegedly, you know, it was said that, you know, Star Marie went on to the Tasha K show or the Unwind with Tasha K basically and exposed, you know, Cardi B is having herpes, spreading herpes, that her child culture is probably not, you know, offset. You know, she did drugs, she did Molly, you know, she has all types of, you know, and she gets a lot of Monistat 7, and basically she's a gang member and all types of stuff like that. And it was really like, the shit blew up. So it was crazy. So Cardi B, she responds with supposedly a lawsuit. It hit TMZ the day before yesterday, like 2 days ago, it hit TMZ. I think Monday or Sunday. I don't know what day it hit TMZ, and it's been blowing up and everyone's been talking about it, and it's been everywhere. Like, it's been on Fox News, it's been on MSNBC, it's been on CNN. This is Cardi B. Basically, she says she kind of issues an apology, but it's really not apology. Basically, she's just talking about her past and how she had to hustle, how she had to struggle, and how she had to get to all this stuff to get by. And she doesn't glorify crimes, but she said rappers talk about crime and violence. You know, I was just rapping about what I go through. I'm in that culture. So basically, she's throwing the blame on other rappers too as well, that they talk about it, why can't I? And then she's also talking about that, you know, she had to hustle, she had to struggle, like, and people are questioning, what did you have to struggle for? You didn't have no kids, you wasn't raising anybody, you know, your family was okay, they wasn't rich, but was you hustling and robbing people to get drugs, to, you know, get shoes and stuff? These are the questions that people are asking, because they're alleging, like, you know, what was your struggle? What was you struggling from? So I'm just like, So basically, it's going to be we're going to be looking forward to see whatever goes down with this lawsuit with Cardi B and Tasha K, because basically whatever, if it does happen, or if it does happen, like, it'll be a new precedent set where a star is actually, you know, coming after and suing a YouTuber, a content creator, basically about, you know, a statement or something that was made allegedly. So we'll see how that plays out and how there are going to be any new rules on what you can and what you cannot say, where a celebrity or whoever you're talking about can come after and sue you. Because I think, you know, Cardi B has to show that, you know, she has been defamation of character, that number one, but she has to prove that she doesn't have herpes and all that other good stuff. Then on that, if she sues for pain and suffering, they would have to find, what did you suffer from? Because, you know, you got a Grammy after the story came out. So basically they have to add up a lot of stuff, and she has to prove that whoever she allegedly is suing, which is Tasha K allegedly, that all the information that was said or the information that was gathered, was it true or false? And so we'll see, was it true or false? And can you prove it? So this shit is crazy. And a lot of people are out. A lot of people are undecided about the situation. Some people say she was young. She needed, she was a media trained, but damn, she did this. She committed this crime. So why should we brush it under the rug when we're coming after everybody? We're on the Me Too movement too as well. So what about, do she get a pass? Do Fashion Over, do Atlantic Records, do all of them still support her after admitting to committing a crime, whether it was 3 years ago? Because we know a lot of these lawsuits that are coming for R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, and everybody else is back in the 1960s, 1970s, the 1980s, the 1990s. You know what I'm saying? So people want to know, how is the media going to handle this? And are people going to be forgiving? Because people don't seem to be forgiving of anybody else that has been accused of any sexual misconduct or sexual crime. I'm just like, damn, this is crazy. Like, and she said it herself. I was just like, yo, she said this shit herself, son. I know, she's like, damn. And so, and when she does, if she does take Tasha K to court, if she does or not, Cardi B, like having this video as a discovery, as to show your character and the type of person you are, it's not going to help too as well. But everybody is talking about the story because it's on CBS, it's been on Fox News, it's been on CNN, it's been everywhere. So this story really took flight, like it took wings, it went viral, and it's going viral after Cardi B announced that she was suing Tasha K, and allegedly, and it was on TMZ, and allegedly people that support Tasha K was like, they found some information of her talking about drugging and robbing dudes 3 years ago, and it went viral. People started posting and retweeting and saying surviving Cardi B. So it's like, do you go back and forth with a blogger, or do you ignore it? And DJ Academics was like, she's wrong. She's dead wrong. Cardi B is dead wrong with, what she did in the past. And, DJ Academics is a person, he always stands on his ground, and what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. You can call him a clown. And I don't like him with that Selena Powell situation. Like, it's just too much. But he's calling it right and wrong. If you commit a crime and you rob people and you drug people, that can be considered a sexual crime too as well. It'll be part of the SVU unit, on Law and Order. So we'll see what happens with that situation. This shit is just ridiculous. And we have Wayno basically saying forgive. A lot of people are saying forgive, but then DJ Academics brought up the point. If this was Nicki, people would not be forgiving her. So what do you guys think about this situation? Do you have any brothers? Do you have any nephews? Do you have anybody that probably want to purchase some, coochie, some punani every now and then? Do they deserve to get robbed and drugged? So what do you guys think about the situation? Shit's dead wrong. It's wrong. You don't do no shit like this and think you're going to get away with it, but she did get away with it. Only thing is that she spoke about it, and we'll see if anybody comes out of the closet and say that they were a victim of, Cardi B. We'll see what happens with that situation. So like, it's surviving Cardi B. It's been trending at Tuesday. It's been trending Tuesday. Basically, they're calling her a sex offender. They're saying that she's part of the R. Kelly movement, the Bill Cosby movement. They need to make a documentary about, Cardi B. The tweets were like really up there. Like, a lot of people was really upset about it, and a lot of people was like, yo, she deserve a pass. And a lot of people keep saying, well, how many passes are we gonna give her? It's up to you. It's up to the consumers who buy and who support of how many passes that you're gonna give her. But is the industry going to be hard on her like they are hard on males that have been caught or have allegedly admit to committing crimes? Are they gonna drop their deal, drop their advertisement, drop all that other stuff? So that's what people are looking at, because people are now saying it's a hypocrisy and it's double standards. So what do you guys think about the situation? You can commit a crime as serious that's serious, being drugged and shit like that. That's very serious too as well. And what if they would have overdosed? Who knows? But so people are just thinking about whether she should give a second chance or not, or should people cancel her, should people mute her. It's all up to you what you think about the situation. But we all know what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And if you're going through hard times and struggles and you commit crimes, the criminal justice system don't care. They'll lock you up. If you go steal a piece of cake out the store because you ain't got the money because you're hungry, they gonna lock you up regardless if you're trying to survive. So I'm just like, damn, this shit is crazy. Like, yo, like, for real, like, it's really going down. Like, it ain't nobody's business. I'm like, damn, a lot of people are just feeling like, damn, we want her to win. A lot of people are rooting for her because she stayed normal. She didn't lose herself in Hollywood. Like, she's still real. She's still keeping it gutter. She's still keeping it street. And so that's why so many people like her. Like, she's doing Fashion Nova when she could be doing a whole nother brand, so, and her music still kind of, it has grown, but people relate to it. So what do you guys think about the situation with Cardi B? You think, she should be held to the fire? You think, people that she had deals and contracts should be canceled? Do you think she should be muted? And do you think she should have tried to sue this blogger? Because if she didn't try to sue this blogger, this story, they wouldn't have found somebody wouldn't have allegedly found the video from 3 years ago on IG. Like, you got to be careful what you post out there, because you could be snitching on yourself. And let me tell you, I'm a victim of that. So let's move on. So we move on to Jessie Smollett. Jessie Smollett is out here in these streets. Basically, he's a free man. He done got away. People were saying that this is not right. This is whitewash. This is black privilege. A lot of people are saying it's not black privilege. It's gay privilege. So people are up in arms. There's so many different complaints. So many people are upset about the situation. I just want the superintendent of Chicago, Eddie Johnson, and the mayor, Emmanuel, of Chicago, to actually find out what's going on in their community about kids being missing, kidnappings, murders, and the high crime rate. I want them to focus on that. I want them to get on TV and talk about that shit. I want them to talk about, starving kids. I want them to talk about the homeless. I don't really want them to focus on Jessie Smollett, because the shit's done and over with. It wasn't even a major crime. It was a class 4 felony. It wasn't like he was really gonna get time. They wasted everybody's time. They wasted the media time. They wasted people time. Like, they was actually going to convict him. Like, they was actually going to lock him up. He's connected to Kamala Harris. If anything, if he's connected to her, him being locked up, going to jail, and being convicted of anything like that would hurt her campaign. And while she's running, people will get in the way and say, basically, you was involved with this scandal. So it is what it is. I'm just like, okay, I'm reloaded. What's going on with this shit? So it is what it is with that situation. So, he's off, and the state's attorney are, basically Kim Fox, she was like, she removed herself from the case, basically because she's kind of friends with Jessie, or she has some dealings with Jessie Smollett. So she removed herself from the case. She does, or whatever. But now the FBI is going to be investigating the hate letter, or the hate mail that was sent to Fox Studios to, homophobic threats to him at the studio in the envelopes, basically with the white powder. They don't know if it was something from Jessie Smollett, if it was something from the 2 Nigerian guys, but they don't know what the situation is. So anyways, they're sending that part of the case over to the FBI because they really want to convict them when there's really criminals, murders, rapists, sex slaves, and all types of stuff going on in Chicago, and we're worrying about Jessie Smollett when the shit don't add up. Like, let's focus on Kanika Jenkins. Let's focus on these kids that are missing or disappearing, and organ harvesting, and what's going on at these hotels out there in Chicago. Let's focus on that shit. But anyways, they're not. They're focusing on Jessie Smollett because they want to make their bones. But basically, he made a false police report. They did search. They looked around for a crime. They looked around for whoever committed the crime, and basically, they couldn't find anybody. The Nigerian guys, basically, their story was shaky and didn't hold weight. So basically, they let him go because they didn't have any evidence. Or, like I said, he was tied to Kamala Harris and Lee Daniels, and people are saying he's tied to the gay mafia. I don't know. This is what people are saying. This is what the streets are saying. These are what people are saying about the situation. A lot of people think he should have taken time. He should have got some time. He should have did something. But he did give, $10,000. He forfeited his bond over to the Chicago, people or whatever, the criminal justice system, the courts and whatever. And then on top of that, you know, he had to do community service, and people was like, this is not right. How can you indict him on 15 counts by the grand jury, and then on top of that, you know, he gets away scot-free? Like, this doesn't make any sense. And people were saying it didn't make any sense to think that he was going to do 3 years for each count, which is 15 counts. He was going to do 3 years for each count. It didn't make any sense, especially if it's a class 4 felony. So the likelihood he wouldn't serve time. So people are saying that they was bamboozled, they was tricked, and they really thought that he was going to be behind bars. But if he didn't have 10 grams in connections, he would have been behind bars. Straight up and down. This is not, you know, black privilege or whitewash or anything like that. He just got the connection. People are concerned about, why was the case sealed? Because the case was sealed. All he had to do was forfeit the 10 grand, and he had to take, you know, community service. People said he probably signed a non-disclosure agreement about, you know, Kamala Harris and Lee Daniels and whoever else was involved. Basically, it is what it is. People want to know that they're concerned. Even Eddie Johnson, he's so concerned about Jessie Smollett. He's been campaigning. He's been on every news station. He's been on TMZ. He's been on the Chicago People News, the Chicago Sun, just out here campaigning towards Jessie Smollett, but yet there's kids being kidnapped and killed, and the whole nine in Chicago, and the gun violence, and you worried about Jessie Smollett and him lying and all this other stuff, and you want him convicted, and you want him to do years. You got another, he's not a real criminal. Not a real criminal. He filed a false police report, and then he tried not to assist you guys in the report because you asked for his cell phone. He wasn't trying to, or whatever. So, and a lot of people were saying, why did he have to do community service if he's innocent? Like, why did he have to pay the $10,000 if he's innocent? People want to know, why was there a plea deal, especially if he's innocent? Like, it doesn't make any sense. No, it doesn't make any sense. This is what you call when you have connections. It's connections. And, or if they never really had the evidence, and whatever they presented to the grand jury was some bullshit. That's what it could boil down to. But it's not. This is not worth anything. It's not really. And people was like, you know, when did they reach a deal? This is what, you know, the superintendent Eddie Johnson said. I didn't know they reached a deal. He was out here cooning, trying to get Jessie behind bars and the whole night. And guess what? They made a deal, a deal, and they sealed it, and they didn't let superintendent know about the deal at all. So and it was like, people want to know what really happened that night. Like, was he attacked or was it staged? Because now it's up in the air. People don't know, but you use your brain to see, was it staged or not? Was it staged? A lot of people said that it was staged because he was trying to get, you know, attention to, you know, a bill that needed to, the lynching bill to be passed, or the lynching bill to be passed, and it was stuck, you know, in the houses, and then it got passed after the situation. He was the poster child for that, so he served his purpose, and so now he's free. Basically, that's what it is. So what do you guys think about the situation? This shit is crazy. All of this crazy, but Jessie Smollett is free, but we don't know if he's going to be blackballed, and we don't know if people are going to still do business with him and work with him. But the shit is crazy. I really feel bad for him that he had to go through this, that he had to put himself through this, and he had to go through this type of situation. And maybe he'll find a better way to get things out that he need to, and he'll go get some counseling and go get some help, so he doesn't let stories and things that people tell him affect him and act on it, when he can actually possibly lose his career and lose what he built. But Jessie Smollett, we won't know how it would affect him until later on, to see if he's still working and if he still get jobs and if he's still on Empire, because Lee Daniels talking about cancel Empire and then got the numbers and basically trying to blame it on Jessie Smollett. So it is what it is. And so we'll see what happens with that situation. And Wendy Williams is being dragged through the mud. It's just so embarrassing that what she's going through. And they're talking about, I mean, they're just shaming her all over the media about a drunken stupor, drunk, calling her all types of names, and just headline. Like, it's the worst thing that you can it's one of the worst things that you can go through, because especially if you don't have a sound mind and you're not stable, you're not conscious, you don't know what's going on, and you're confused and you're addicted, you know, it just seems like a bunch of demons coming at you and beating you in the head with a bat, and you trying to get through it, and it's hurt. And then on top of that, you got to smile and get on stage and act like everything's perfect when your life is falling apart, and that shit hurts. So it is what it is. You guys, please don't forget to go check out Chef Disaster's, GoFundMe page for her sister. She passed away unexpectedly, and they need your support and your help, and it'll be greatly appreciated. From me, it'll be greatly appreciated, because we got to help each other out. We always talk a big game that, we got to stick together, we got to help each other, and that's what we're here doing, trying to help a fellow content creator that lost his sister unexpectedly this week, which is just really sad, because she was a very young woman and people loved her and she was blessed. And these are the stories that I'm hearing, how wonderful and how great she was, and all the wonderful statements that they are making about her on GoFundMe. People donating, people just in concern and want, and just want to help, because the family is going through a hard time. They're going through a tragic that is unexpectedly that just happened, and they need our support. So let's support them. And I did donate it, and I did support. So please support Chef Disaster. GoFundMe. It's down low in the description box, and you can write it right here off the screen. You'll see it. It's in lime green. Thank you so much, my peeps, my peoples. One love. Peace. I'm out.